All right, today's daily log is for Friday, February 21st, 2020. Um, Today I'm on the Friday of my very first fasting glucose challenge. I'm trying it out for myself before I share it with others. So far, I've had a lot of success. Um, and Yeah, so let's go ahead and jump right into the day. So today started out with early morning carbs. So because I was planning on doing a heavy weightlifting day, I wanted to use that opportunity of accelerated heart rate to burn carbs, and I chose carbs that I felt would, one, that I had around the house, and two, that I felt have other micronutrients that I would want. So not just any random carb, but carbs that are really nutritious and would add a lot of value to my nutritional my nutrition. So what did I eat for breakfast? I ate my pre-workout. This is my pre-workout. So I measured this out. So this is a 1 cup of blackberries. These are delicious. Got these from the farmer's market. So they're locally grown. Also had an orange from the backyard. This is locally grown. And then I had a beet also from the farmer's market. So this is, I sliced it a little bit to reduce its size. I think the beet is the reason I felt like it was a little bit more carbs than just the 30 net carbs. These are net. That was listed. So, and the reason I'm saying that is as I did go a little bit high afterwards in terms of blood glucose. This is my first time doing this, so it's a little, rough around the edges. So what I did is I ate this, and then I did a workout that was, I have a bench and some dumbbells. So I did some rows. I did flat bench, bench press. I did military press, standing military press, and then I did pull-ups, and then I did a reverse fly and sit-ups, declined sit-ups. So yeah, that was my muscle workout. I did 10 reps on most of those sets. I did 2 sets for every workout, and I also did a muscle warm-up before the workout. That's my full body muscle warm-up with 25-pound weights. Okay, so it was a light version of my muscle warm-up to lead into it. Yeah, I felt like I had energy during the workout. I didn't feel like I was in beast mode or anything. It was a little early in the morning, but I'm working through going from a skinnier point to building the muscle back. So I feel like, I might have, I've been losing muscle. So I think I felt totally normal, the workout. I was hoping I could push a little bit more weight in the military press, but I wasn't able to. So I had to reduce my weight there. But other weights were fine. I maxed out the dumbbells. I have those like Bowflex dumbbells. So the max weight is 52 and a half. So I did 52 and a half for my rows and my bench. I tried to do 40 or 45 for my military, and I couldn't get like two reps. So I did I bumped it down to like 30 or something. I forget the exact number of things. I bumped it down to something I do more of on my muscle warm up. Like I'm at the point where I'm doing muscle warm ups at like 35 on a regular day. So in those muscle warm-ups, I do 10 reps of 35 for the military. So to not be able to do 40, I thought was kind of weird. But Other than that, I felt real strong. Got through everything pretty good. I could have been a little stronger on the bench too. I felt like it felt heavier than it should have been for just 52 pounds. So anyway, that was my muscle warm up, or my heavy weightlifting day. And so I had those carbs before, and then all right. So Dexcom, I think it's because I switched sensors on this day. It's not giving me my view here, but I threw it on Instagram. So this is my view. So you could see I ate my carbs here. Should be pretty obvious. Ate my carbs here, and I started my workout. And I went from, this was like 90s or around 100, and then I jumped up to like 160. This is the 150s, 160 range. And so I felt like I jumped up. I was like, oh man, I think I had too many carbs, because I kind of plateaued here, which is okay. I felt like it should come down faster. So I ended my workout. And I had my post-meal workout that was planned despite being a little high. And I was like, well, I'm figuring it out. If I have to take insulin, I have to take insulin. So for my post-meal workout, I had kind of a protein-rich meal that's still low carb, because I didn't know how the carbs are going to play out. And it has a little bit of fat thrown in there too. So it's what I'm calling the tofu scramble, and this is a whole tofu block. So all 5 servings of your normal tofu block. So it's packed with protein. It's low carb. It has a little bit of fat still. And then I added a hot chocolate with the coconut manna to it to get a little bit more fat, a little bit more energy out. So 46 grams of protein for my post-meal workout. I'm hoping that helps me build my muscles, and then the energy from the carbs and fat. I could go a little bit higher in the fat, but we'll see. These are the spices that I used for my scramble. It was okay. I felt like it wasn't perfect, but it was definitely good. So I strive to be a little bit tastier than this, but these are the flavors I was playing with. Added turmeric. Whenever you add turmeric, you want to add your black pepper. It makes it more bioavailable for the nutrients to be absorbed. And then everything else here is flavor. That's what that was. Added my hot chocolate, like I mentioned, and my digestive enzymes with chlorella. Okay, now after that, that's where things get really interesting. So I ate that meal up here in the plateau, and then I dropped significantly down into the 80s, which is like crazy to me, because like I had to eat my meal, shower, and sit in the car for an hour because I had to drive somewhere. So it dropped like significantly down while doing zero exercise. And my veins were pumped a little bit, so I think the blood flow was definitely, the circulation was going really well. Sorry, excuse me. Looking for a water bottle. I need a water bottle for these. But this was super exciting to eat. Like, I was stuffed after that meal. Like, that's a lot of food, and to be stuffed, not like, sorry, I didn't overeat, but I was full. I was absolutely full. To have to eat a full meal like that, and then to have your numbers go down it's super exciting, right? So very, very happy with that. I think I don't want to go out of range when I do my carbs, but I felt like it was actually a good amount of carbs, right? So you can see, like, those are fast acting carbs. It's the sugar from the fruits, and the beet, which is high carb, has a lot of sugar, carbs or sugar in it. And it shot up like you thought it would, but then it shoots right back down within an hour. So and I used a lot of that energy for my workout. So I think that goes pretty good. I'll probably maybe tone it down a little bit, probably less beet maybe more berry. But then to see the protein meal go extremely well was very, very, very exciting. Like once I saw this, I was like, man, this is so perfect. Pairing this day with the other days that I've had, the fasting glucose challenge is going to be it's going to be killer, man. It's going to change. It's going to really change lives. I'm really excited about it. Um, so let's move on to the next meal. The next meal was I was traveling. I brought a little bit of stuff. No, sorry, I was traveling and I had got to my destination a little bit early. So I stopped at a local coffee shop. If you're ever in Culver City, I recommend the Conservatory for Coffee and Tea. It's delicious. I prefer the Ethiopian unwashed. It's really good. But they don't have Wi-Fi there, so it's not like a post-up work type of place. It's more of like a coffee and conversation type of place. Anyway, I packed my to-go cup with my coconut manna. So I just and my stevia. So I just poured in. They just gave me. I actually had a house blend today of their dark roast, and yes, it is coffee. So I'm not going to get my check mark today. And honestly, I didn't enjoy it as much as I thought. Like I could definitely do without it. Like it's not something I need. And then even the since I'm not drinking coffee every day, the jitteriness that you get and the type of energy that it gives you is less favorable to me than from a tea if I wanted to do a caffeine. But really, like I've had no caffeine this morning and I feel totally fine. So I preferred no caffeine actually. So okay, so moving on. So there was, this is kind of like my little fat bomb, and I strategically brought this and my almond butter and celery with me because I knew I probably won't be able to get lunch while I was out. So I did. So this is my macros and my calories for this little latte that I got. So pretty good, getting some good energy from the fat to keep me going. So there's a little bit of protein and carbs in it, and decent amount of calories for a drink, right? And then a little bit later, I had another meal, which was my celery and almond butter. So it has it has 18 grams of fat, 8 carbs, 9 protein, and that's our calories. So it's a nice little snack. I ate this because I was getting a little bit hungry, and I wasn't home yet to get to my real meal that I was looking forward to. And the real meal that I was looking forward to was my chocolate fatty shake. This thing it's delicious. It's filling. It's great for my numbers. So I really like everything about it. It's easy to make. You just have to have an avocado, which I need to go to the store to get today. And I also had my digestive supplements and chlorella to go along with that. So this is, you can see the fat numbers here. And it has a lot of protein because I used the flaxseed with protein, flax milk with protein. So it's another protein boost. So if we look at our day so far, look at our protein consumption on our muscle building day, we're down to here, right? So we have 100 so far. We've had 112 grams of protein for the day. And if I were to change anything, I would probably do more earlier. I probably would flip these. I'd probably have the 32 up here for my body because it's still going through its muscle, rebuilding. And then go a little bit lighter. I probably wouldn't have the snack, right? I just have a lunch with 32 earlier in the day. And then I would have probably about the same amount for dinner as well. Okay, so that brings us to dinner. Let's look at dinner. So dinner was... one more note on this is, again, I didn't have any exercise. So I didn't have any exercise after this workout at 7 in the morning. Okay, so no workout here. My numbers dropped significantly. I had this. This slightly moved me up. Let's take a look at my numbers. So this slightly moved me up. That was like around here when I had it. So this slightly moved me up, 10 to 20 points, but still super casual there. It's the khaki pants of glucose movements. And then we these guys. So then the celery was after that, and that was probably around here. So you can see it went up a little bit there. Again, with no exercise, and they're kind of close together. Like if I would have spaced them out more, I would have come down before I went back up. And then I did my my shake again. You can see these are it's like every 2 hours I'm eating here. And then, oops. So I did my fatty shake, and in this like dark period between where my sensor died or ended, it expired, and before my new one was done warming up. So I really wish that wasn't such a big gap. I didn't get to it right away. I had to do some work and had some stuff with the kids and the blah blah blah. So anyway, let's move on to dinner. Now dinner's where I I feel like I should have definitely adjusted some things, either with the meal or with the post-meal workout. So this was the dinner. This was a cabbage salad. I think I finished the cauliflower that was left in there. It has some cilantro and red onions, and some almond butter dressing. So almond butter vinaigrette. It's really yummy. That was my salad, and then I also had 1 cup of almonds, and I couldn't quite top it off the 1 cup, so I added what was left over around the house. I had a couple Brazil nuts and some pistachios, and kind of topped it off there to round out the cup. So the numbers might be really slightly different, but those nuts I think they're mostly in the ballpark with their macros. So for this dinner, because of the nuts, it's a high fat, and it's still low net carbs, and it's a high protein meal. Total 1,000 calorie bomb with a salad and 1 cup of nuts. Like it's a lot of calories. I mean, this amount of nuts I thought would be really small. It felt like I probably could have stopped about halfway, but I wanted to finish out my plan, and to hit these numbers. So I finished it out. I probably could have stopped earlier, and I had some digestive supplements. Now it did have me, I did go a little bit high. So I started my new sensor. Now new sensors with Dexcom can be, they're very, you have to calibrate them. Otherwise your numbers can be really off in one way or the other. So by the time my sensor finished, I was already asleep. And so I got the alarm, and I looked at it. It's like, it's 1:47. I didn't expect that at all. I figured I would be, maybe around 120 or something at that point in the night, from not exercising. But I just felt like I was just going to sleep it off because I was really tired. Didn't want to get up. So you can see it went down over the night. I got down, this is like the 100 range right here. And then it went up a little bit, and this is kind of where I woke up actually. I woke up about 5:20 this morning. And then it's been steady up there, flat. So yeah, one thing, so what I would have changed here is, there's a couple of factors here. One, I was eating every 2 hours, which isn't a big deal when you're eating like this, but I had almost 2 back-to-back 1,000 calorie meals. And so I was probably, halfway through this one when I had this one. Let me make sure the time on this is right. I think I actually did have this a little bit later. Now that I look at it, I had this one a little bit later. It wasn't the 6 o'clock. I was a little bit late when I finished my meal, so I'm going to put it down here. So it was a little bit spaced out, and actually I think that's okay. What I think I would adjust is the light walk. Is having that light walk after that, the big meal. See these numbers? So I did a light walk after that. These numbers, I don't think I did a light walk on Thursday. I forget. But basically, having the low calorie numbers for dinner, I think is going to be my focus. Low calorie, low carb. Now this was low carb, but I don't know. Maybe the net carbs were off. Maybe it was the other nuts I put in there. Maybe it was the calories. Maybe it was too soon to these other numbers. Whatever. Need to figure this one out because this is not what we want. But that was the day for food. The food and my blood glucose. Let's jump into the experiments here. So Friday, I think I woke up with good energy yesterday. Good energy all day. I did my fasting glucose challenge meal. Got 8 hours of sleep. I did my red glasses. Was not asleep. Did not wake up. I did today though. Did my muscle warm up and my weightlifting. I didn't do any exercise the rest of the day. So maybe that's what it was. It was just a big gap in exercise. I did my hydrations. Wait, no, I didn't do my night one, actually. No, I did it. I did my lunch one was like right before dinner. And then I didn't do one before I went to sleep by accident. So I missed that one. Didn't do sunrise. I did midday, and I did not do sunset. I think it was cloudy. I didn't do my affirmation yesterday. I did my supplements. Still don't have my digestive powder. Got to check in on that. I did coffee. Not stressed. Not depressed. I did my morning vitamins. I didn't do my night vitamins. Good golly, Miss Molly. No illness. No insulin. Oops. Yeah. And let's look at our numbers. Oh, this is going to be hard. I'll probably put these two together. I don't know. This is weird. I'm going to figure this part out later. But we can see my total dailies here if you want. Like this is, I mapped these out. So these are the numbers. I'm not going to transfer it on the video for this. I might just take it. It's not worth watching. So, but yeah, you can see the fat intake. I had a little bit of a higher carb day, about twice as much as normal, or the other days, and then a lot more protein. So it's about twice as much protein depending on the day. Twice as much carbs, twice as much protein, and what is that? Like 30% more fat. So it's a higher calorie day. In total, 3,500 calories for a workout day. It's pretty good. All right, and then let's do what else do we have on our agenda here? Anything new or different? Well, everything was new in terms of the diet and the exercise is a new plan for me. I already went over all that. Anything else that was new? I do not believe. My feeling and mood was very positive. I was productive during the day. I felt really good. I had a good energy all day. So yeah, it was a good day. Okay, that's it. All right, have a good day. Again, this was a daily log for Type What, where we are reversing Type 1 diabetes, and I'm currently working on a fasting glucose challenge that I can share that'll work with everybody or most people in the world to help them with their fasting glucose. So today's log was for Friday, February 21st, 2020.